Hey, I'm BBD and I'm about to crack a pack. Alright, well I see a Peel from Reality, that's pretty sweet. And Inferno Fist is also pretty sweet. Alright, let's see what the rare is. Alright, Preeminent Captain, not that good. Basically just a 2-2. But there's two really strong uncommons here in Restock and Into the Void. There's a couple of good commons like Borderland Marauder, Inferno Fist, Peel. Siege Worm's pretty good in the big green decks. But I would definitely take one of these uncommons over it, and I would probably take Into the Void. It's just an enormous tempo play in the blue decks. Just basically one of the best blue commons or uncommons in the format, in my opinion.
This is Tom Martell taking a look at another M15 booster pack. This pack is pretty strong. I'd be thrilled to open it. There are a number of really first pick caliber cards. I'm going to go ahead and move down here. There are a lot of them in this pack. I think this pack's actually quite good. Out of weaker packs, I could see first picking really any of these 8 cards. In this particular pack, I think I'm going to eliminate off the top this Preeminent Captain. I don't really like first picking it as much. There aren't that many soldiers in the set. I think so a lot of the time it's just a 2/2 first striker for 3 while a flying creature, not a first pick. Similarly, I think Sanctified Charge, you really want to be in the white token deck to take this card highly, and I just don't want to take it over a more flexible card of equal power, pick one, pack one. I do really like drafting white, so that's tempting, but I'm going to go ahead and eliminate Sanctified Charge. With these 6 cards that are remaining, one thing that's showing here is actually my little bit biased towards blue. I like blue a lot. I think most people think it's the weakest color, but I'm very happy drafting it. So that's why I think both Peel and Into the Void are reasonable picks. Of them, I think I'd rather first pick Into the Void. Peel from Reality is great if you get cards like Frost Lynx, even Coral Barrier, because you can get card advantage from the card you're bouncing to get another come into play ability. But pick one, pack one when you don't know what you're going to end up with. I think Into the Void's a more powerful, flexible card. So I'm going to eliminate the other blue card. Similarly, we have 2 red cards. I think that they're very similar in power level. Your red decks really want aggressive 2-drops, and Borderland Marauder, since it attacks as a 3/2, is great for that. I think it's a little bit worse than Inferno Fist. This format actually Shock is pretty good. There are a lot of low toughness creatures, and usually this card will get to do 2 to them as well, because you get to put it on, hit them, and then sack it post combat. So I actually would take Inferno Fist here over Borderland Marauder. Similar with the green cards. Siege Worm is either the 2nd or 3rd best green common behind Llanowar Elf and then maybe Netcaster Spider. I think most people have it above the Spider. And Sunblade Elf is a great uncommon if you end up green-white, but too often you're not going to be green-white. And I would rather take the more flexible card. If you're green-white, you have lots of tokens usually, so Siege Worm is still great. And it can also be played in other green decks. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate Sunblade Elf. That leaves us with these 3 choices, and really, to me, it's a matter of color preference. I think in power level rankings, it's probably Siege Worm, then Into the Void, then Inferno Fist in 3rd. And I actually here would take Siege Worm, even though I do like blue. I think my favorite blue deck is blue-green, and I think Siege Worm is enough better than Into the Void and is a more flexible pick that would make me want to take it out of this pack. So here I'm going to take the Siege Worm.
All right, I'm Matt Sperling. This is Crack a Pack. So we see the pack laid out here. Let's go ahead and indicate which of the cards I would consider first picking. This is a first pickable card. That's a first pickable card. The Inferno Fist and the red 2-drop are both good. But between them, I'm probably, if it's gonna be a first pick, I would prefer to take an Inferno Fist. So same thing between Peel and Into the Void. I don't have a problem first picking Peel, but that's a better blue card, so there's really out of contention. Now, when it gets down to these, I'm not gonna take a Sunblade Elf. It's a 2-color card essentially. It's just not that strong. You know, Sanctified Charge is a good card. Card I like to pick a little bit later. Between Inferno Fist and Into the Void, I think Into the Void is actually a card that I like to draft in an aggressive style deck. I haven't liked Control a tremendous amount, but if you do end up Control, it's still a very powerful card. So I don't see a good reason not to take Into the Void here, and indeed that's what I would select, Into the Void.
Hi, I'm Owen Turdenwald.
I'm William Jensen.
And I'm Reed Duke.
And we're going to take a look at this pack of M15.
Well, it seems to me like the best card in the pack is Sunblade Elf, but to pick that card you have to basically go exactly white and green. So you might consider a card that doesn't commit you to 2 colors, like Borderland Marauder, Inferno Fist, Into the Void, or Siege Worm. Personally, I would take Into the Void, really strong tempo card for a blue Flyers deck.
I think Inferno Fist is good.
Yeah, I'd probably just take Sunblade Elf.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though green and white might get cut?
I mean, I think easily you could go green card and it goes like red card, blue card, red card, blue card, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really close pick, but I'm fine taking any one of these 3.
Hello everyone, Jeremy Dezani. So we just opened a M15 card pack. When I open this pack, I think I go for the red card. I go for Inferno Fist. It's close with the other red card, so yeah, for sure the red is the two of the best cards in the pack are red. I'm not a great fan of all the blue cards we can see. Yeah, for sure I go for Inferno Fist. For me, is the best card in this pack.
Hey, this is Ben Stark. I'm just looking at a pack here. It's not a great pack, but I would take Sunblade Elf. I'm not huge on taking gold cards, but I like the uncommon cycle of Allied Guy a little bit more because it's easy to splash. Like if I'm green-red, I can just grab an Evolving Wilds or two since I already started with him and I know I'm going to want to splash him, and then play one Plains, and then I've got his ability online in a 2/2. It's pretty close, like it's not a great first pick. I like Willforged Golem as a first pick because it is an artifact and it goes in any deck. Siege Worm also is probably the best because it's one color and it's just slightly worse than Sunblade Elf and slightly better than Willforged Golem. So this is like a really good pack to ask what to take, because it's like you have Sunblade Elf is the best card in the pack. Like Siege Worm is probably the second best card in the pack, and Willforged Golem is probably the third best card in the pack. But Willforged Golem is no color, so it's great to start out first picking it. Siege Worm is one color, so it's a little better to start out first picking it than Sunblade Elf, and Sunblade Elf is two colors. But if this was a true gold card, I probably would be taking the Willforged Golem here. But since it's pretty easy to splash, you know, in any deck, if you're blue-white, you get your Evolving Wilds, you play like one Forest, you know, you cast it and then you can pay 5 immediately to pump your guys. If you're green-red or green-blue, you can still splash it pretty easily. So, I mean, I think I like Sunblade Elf.